Hey, it's Carrie here, Get Your Vibe Right. And today I want to talk about a little mental shift that I have that I often use with clients to really help when something seems super high stakes and like you just can't stop thinking about it. It's not something that you're going to be able to ignore or let go of. It's something that is definitely very present in your life right now, has very high stakes, and it's causing some worry and anxiety, maybe even some obsessive thoughts and a lot of negativity. So here's an example of this. I've been working with a client recently, and she's met someone. Don't we all love that delicious phase? But it also comes with a lot of stress, right? Because we don't know how things are going to go. And it's like every text, we read so much meaning into it. And if I don't hear from this person for a couple of days, what's going on? And it's really high stakes, right? We've all been there. And because there's so much desire and there's so much future potential joy wrapped up in the idea of a possible relationship with this person, that there is a deliciousness to thinking about it, but there's also a danger zone there where we get more negative flow of thoughts, more worry and anxiety and reading things in, interpreting things, something that's really nothing, we make into a super big deal, and before you know it, our feet are out from under us and we're sliding down the mountainside. And that's exactly where this analogy comes from. I call this the SelfArrest thought or the SelfArrest memory. And this comes from mountaineering. I grew up in Montana. I've spent a lot of time in the mountains. And even if you haven't, you've probably watched one of those crazy mountaineering shows where somebody's climbing Everest or whatever. And when their feet come out from under them and they go sliding down the hill, that's the reason they hike or climb with an ice axe. It's to self-arrest. And so they get themselves turned around on their belly, they shove that axe into the snow, and they're able to stop their descent. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Stop the descent into emotional hell, which is where you're taking yourself when we can't move off of something. And I get why the stakes are high. So here's the thing to do. We need to shift into positivity. So for this woman that I'm working with, she has had a lot of great experiences with this person. They've hung out, they've gone to concerts together, they've, had nice dinners and walks on the beach and all kinds of interesting things. And there's a lot of joy and satisfaction in those memories. So I was like, okay, look, here's the deal. You're not going to I would say, just forget about it. Just let it go. Like, stop reading into that text. Stop worrying when you don't get a phone call. Just, it doesn't happen that way. I get it. We're just not really wired that way when the stakes are so high. So I said, you're not going to shift off of this. Fine. Find a way to enjoy what you're thinking about when it comes to this person. So think about a memory that you've had with him where every time you think about it, it's going to put a smile on your face. So it's not going to take you down a negative road. You're not going to be sad that you're not having that in the moment. You're going to be able to really relish in the joy of what you experienced in the past. And that becomes your self-arrest thought. So every time that you're, checking the phone for the 34th time when you haven't gotten a text in the last 10 minutes, you can start to think of that memory that you have with that person, because it's all about balance, right? This is how the universe works. It's all about the emotional balance that you hold around something in your life that determines your future of what's happening. And she wants a positive future. She wants a joyful future with this person. But if all she's doing is focusing on the worry and the anxiety and, not feeling like things are going well, that's the future she's creating. However, even if she's focused on the past positive experiences that they've had, the times she's felt joy, the times she's felt connection, the times that she has felt satisfaction when experiencing sharing time with this person, that's what the future is going to create. This is exactly how the universe is always working. It's where my emotions are is what I'm projecting into the future. It's what the universe is responding to. It's what the universe is giving back to me. It's this constant feedback loop. I'm putting out good emotions, I'm getting good experiences. I'm putting out bad emotions, I'm getting not so good experiences. So we need to make sure that she's staying positive around this, even when there are times where she's feeling a little bit of anxiety and doubt and, separation from this situation. Going back to where she felt connection, where she felt, seen and heard and recognized and appreciated. Those are really great thoughts. And when those are the ones that are flowing out into the universe around this concept, this idea of a relationship, that's what's going to be fed back as well. So get your self-arrest thought, get it in advance, because you can't magically make an axe, an ice axe, appear in your hands when you're going up a mountain and you need it. You have to have your kit and your equipment in place before you head up the mountain. And you need to do the same. You know where it is that you're struggling in your life right now. You know that relationship that's not going well. You know how you feel when you look in the bank account and you don't see enough money. You know how you feel when you have to interact with that coworker at work, or whatever it is with you. Maybe it's about your health. Know that day is coming, that time is coming when you're not going to feel so great. So work now at getting that thing that gives you joy. And if you don't have something related to that topic that brings you joy, you can use anything else that makes you feel happy. Maybe it's your pet. Maybe it's your garden. Maybe it's your grandma. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. Think of it now. Get into that space. Live in that space. Feel it. The emotion is key here. It's not about having a memory that you can recall. It's about feeling the feelings that go along with that memory that makes all the difference, that is the language that the universe communicates in. And it's what you're going to get in return. So making sure that that memory is attached to an emotion that you can bring up and experience when you need to self-arrest. Okay? So there you have it. That's it. I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, because these are the types of things I like to talk about. And hopefully this was helpful for you, came at a timely moment. And if you have ever used this technique before, you can tell me about it down in the comments below. Maybe you'll encourage somebody else to do it too.